Hey everyone, how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing on Sunday? Okay, I was just sitting here, you know, piddling around, wasting time because I thought I had all the time in the world. And then I looked up and I was like, oh no, oh no. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to have to, um, there, I had to. Sorry. I had my husband is in the yard doing some work outside, and so the camera would just keep going off and going off on my phone if I didn't silence that real quick. So sorry about that. Golly, I had like 5 minutes and then 5 minutes was up. So, whoo! I hope that you guys have enjoyed Mary and Michele before me. I've watched a little bit of both of them. It's funny because me and Michele kind of had the same idea on one of the on the on the safety pins. So I had a couple of different ideas, so I am going to share both of them. Hi, Gloria. Hey, thanks for hopping on. I'm going to go ahead and point this camera down because I do have a few things that I wanted to show, just a couple of things. So when I think safety pin, I almost always think, hey, thank you so much, Mary. I was going to comment on the rusted safety pins. I had no idea that they would continue to react either. So yeah, I have not done anything to stop mine from doing it. I'm glad you said that they continue to rust and then will soon fall apart because I had no idea. I had no idea. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you so much. Hey, Debbie. Y'all, it's hot. I'm sweating. It's supposed to be 90 degrees today in Wichita, Kansas. And I think it's going to go back down to 60 tomorrow. I'm like, I can't deal. I can't deal. It's only April, but I need some AC. I actually just told my husband, I can't be having sweat on my upper lip during my life. Okay, so I was going to show this little safety pin charm because I almost always think journal. I don't think sewing necessarily. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I guess it's not weird. I wonder, I have all of my paper clips that I do too. And I've been doing these longer and I've never had issue with those, but I think they're a little hardier maybe. So yeah, I kind of almost, just think about embellishing a journal, and we all use these little gourd pins quite a bit for that too. So I have this gargantuan one. Isn't that cool? So when my father-in-law passed away in May of last year, we, as kids, my husband's siblings and the spouses, we kind of went through his garage. And I just thought this was super cool. I got a couple of these kind of tools of his. Let me find, yeah. I got like this big awl. And these are things that I felt like I would use, and then I would just think of him while I was using them. It's not something I use a lot, but still I wanted to have a little something. And my husband was like, that thing has been around as long as I can remember. Hey, Jeannie. Happy Sunday to you too. But I thought that it would be cool to do something similar to what Michele just did with some fabric on that. Now, my other idea I was to make a charm, you know, a charm for a dangle on journals. So like here's an example. This is my journal from the paper pack. And I like to have these things hanging off in here like this. I like to have them hanging off in here. So there's one there's one right there with some charms. I know there's more because I send that kind of thing in every paper pack there. Yeah, that's from January, so that's an ice skate. This one's from February, so it's hearts and roses. This one is from the March box, and it's a bunny rabbit and a mushroom. So that's what I think of. I think of using safety pins for dangles and stuff like this. And I found this charm at the Goodwill. Thank you, Jeannie. Thanks. Hey, Linda. Hey. And I'm in Wichita, Kansas, and I don't know if you guys follow anybody that has been to a workshop at Miss O'Leary's, but it is really popular with a lot of people. They come here a lot for her store, for her workshops. Well, she solders. She does this kind of soldering jewelry, and it's really cool, and she teaches this class on it. Well, I decided I wanted to try and make a charm that was similar to that. So I took a piece of cardboard. I took a piece of cardboard and put some embellishments on it. This side is not dry yet. It has a piece of lace and a postage stamp. And then I did the edges in silver to try and make it look, oh, you guys, why don't I have the right screen big? Thanks, Nicole. Girl. Oh, Lord. So then I took some silver paint and went around the edges to try and kind of give it that soldering look. So I thought we'd do something with that. Like I say, this is, you can't really see it well yet because it's not dried, so it's still white instead of clear. I got it hanging up on this light right over here, letting her dry. So let's make something like that. Let's make that, and then we'll have a dangle for a journal with our safety pin. Okay. I have all these little, this is all a bunch of little Tim Holtz stuff, little scraps that we're going to use to make a charm. That one that I just showed you. Oh, Linda, thank you. Golly. Like I said, I was fiddle farting around here. I had all the time in the world, and then I looked up and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to be late. This is a box that had like a figurine in it, a little statue, and I just liked the look of the art that was on it, and that's what I used for the other one. So I think you want something that has some, you know, that's got some weight to it, something that's kind of substantial. Something like that, you know, whatever you are going to use, you need it to have some weight. This is probably not strong enough, so what I'm going to do is double it up. And this is just the back page of scrapbook paper. I'll move this stuff out of the way here. And I'm just going to draw, oh my gosh, come here. I'm just going to take and do a little bit. So, like just cut some off, and then I can double it up. Woo! My husband was trying to fix our dryer. I haven't had a dryer for, I don't know, over a week. And he was busy, so I did all this investigating, all this troubleshooting. And he was going to buy the replacement heating element. And I was like, well, it says if there's too much. Hey, Callie. Hi, Cheryl. If there's too much lint and blah, 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 I'm telling him all this stuff that if you clean it out, it might start again on all this stuff I was looking at. So he has been down there, you know, with the hose thing and getting it blown out and cleaned out, cleaning it, like took it apart and then put it all back together, and it still doesn't work. He's probably wishing he would have just bought the stinking heating element and not listened to me. Hi, Mama P. Hey, Cheryl. So, this is what we're doing. If you're just hopping on, we are going to make a little charm like this to hang on our safety pin. Here's my inspiration. This is a soldered piece right here that I got at the Goodwill. And this is my kind of mock-up of it. The other side is still wet. It's got a little piece of lace and a postage stamp. And I just put it on a jump ring here. Okay, so what I did on that one is I did the layout first. You could cut it first, but I kind of want to, you know, do the layout and then cut it, because I don't know. I just feel like that makes a little bit more sense, I guess. You know what? This is the Decoupage Queen Minis. And there is an Easter bunny. We could make an Easter bunny. That's more like a pendant, though. I want it to be... Yeah, thanks for bearing with me while I kind of go through my process. I want it to be more like a charm. Oh my gosh. Now, when I went to look at the model number and stuff, it said, I didn't think I'd had it that long, but it said August of 2020. So that means I probably bought it in 21, which really, that isn't that long. A dryer should last longer than that, right? I don't even have all my kids at home. Okay, y'all, it felt to me like when I had between 4 and 6 kids at home forever. And it felt to me like my dryer broke. My washer or my dryer, one or the other of them, broke every other day. Does anybody else feel that way? Oh my gosh. I was like, I just really thought that when I was an empty nester, I wouldn't have those issues. I'm just not, you know, I'm not doing 45,000 loads of laundry in a week. I like that flower, but it needs to have a little something behind it, I think. So I have some of that UV resin, you know, and I thought about trying it for this, and I probably will. I just didn't get that and the light and all of that out for this live. But I think for that UV resin, you're supposed to use like, you know, something that is not something that's solid, I guess. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, with the little fairy. That's why I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. This is something different. I mean, you could definitely, I had those charm frames for that one, with the Belle and everything on them. And then I had the Cobichon. Is that how you pronounce the little bulb that goes over the top of those? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. And this is totally something you could do if you didn't have all of that stuff. Oh my gosh. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm thinking too, Linda. So I'm like, I've used it before. I'll tell you what I use it for mostly is when I need to have something hung up that doesn't have a hanger, and it's hard to put a hanger on it. I'll use like a sawtooth, and I'll use that resin on either end when I can't screw it in. Does that make sense? That's what I use it for more than anything. Okay. I need to not spend too much time. If you know me, that's funny because I do spend a lot of time on layout, a lot usually. So let's do that there. Kind of liked that postage stamp, so I'm gonna grab my used postage stamps here. I've never had luck with command strips. Hey, Michele. Hey, girl, we had almost the same idea. I'm doing something different, but I have this gigantic safety pin. Where'd it go? It's so big I can't find it. And I was going to do it on this. Look at this sucker. Now that'll make a banner. I've never had any luck with command strips. I'm sure I'm doing it wrong. Ooh, that's pretty. Let's see. Oh, I kind of like this little yellow stamp. Okay, so let's do, I mean, this is a charm, so we're not going to make it huge. I'll cut this down somewhat. I also always look at my little bowls here of stuff, you guys. I mean, at a certain point, Michele, you just got to get rid of stuff, girlfriend. There's a little bitty piece of lace. Sandy wall too. I don't know what that is. Oh, wait a minute. I'm like, I laid out this little, no, I don't like that with it. Gosh, maybe this thing's too big. So obviously, like on this one, we have a front and a back. So kind of like that. And then I can do a sentiment. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Woo-wee! I have till 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock Eastern. I'm just going to kind of put a blob here and see if I can get it laid back down the way I like it. Oh, okay. Yeah. I like those, are they called monkey hooks or whatever, where they're really long and you put it in and then you twist it around so that it has leverage against the sheetrock. They have really big ones that they say will hold quite a bit, but I don't know. I don't know if I trust that. Right. I like this little square edge here so that I can kind of make sure, because that line right there will mess me up. Here we go. I should have gone ahead and, oh, that's not straight. I should have gone ahead and doubled this up before. That's what I'm going to do right now. It's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller as I try to get it square. Get them together here first. I'm just doing 2 together because I want it to have, I want it to have a little bit of weight to it. Like, you know, like the real, you know, metal one. But this is actually a little heavy for a journal, just like that one. The one that Callie was talking about, like this metal one is the same as the one that was on the front of my journal. I mean, it's kind of cumbersome, right? So to have something that has the look of it but isn't quite as heavy. Those ones that are heavier like that would be nice for, like, you know, to hang off your purse or whatever with a lobster claw. Come on, glue dry. Dry, dry. Oh, nope, it's still not dry. When I try to cut it, I had out my, I try to always put this kind of stuff back. Y'all, I have a history. I have a history, you know, with cutting my hands. I've cut my hands many times fairly bad. Where's the little metal? There. Okay. So I try to always put it back in the case. I was here not too long ago. This one I thought was my pink highlighter, and I went geek, just like that, thinking I was putting the lid back on the highlighter. Oh, come on, man. It's still sliding around. Okay, let's decorate the other side. And then, oh, and my sentiment. I want something on here. How about this one? Can you guys read that? I think maybe this one. That should go on the M. Michele was tired. And if I had one above it that said sick and sick and tired. Legend. That just makes me think of How I Met Your Mother and Barney. Legend. Airy. Enthusiastic. It's a little long. Oh, I kind of like this. It just says giggle. I feel like it's a little long too, though. It's covering up too much of my stuff. Oh. Yes, Callie, that's a good idea. I don't think I have any of that. I put on the back side of the one, I did the glossy heavy body gel, and then on one of the sides I did the solvent-based glossy varnish. But Yeah, that's a good idea. So the ink I'm using is the waterproof archival ink, so that when this gets coated, let's see, is it sturdy now? Or is it still sliding around? Okay. So on this one, it's still tacky, but it's not super shiny, but it's got a little bit of shine. I kind of cut the corners and rounded these to try and make it look like a little bit like a tag. I think on this one, I might kind of round the corners, but that's it, just because it's my personal preference. I mean, if you wanted to take the time to fussy cut, or if you had a hole punch that would, that was small enough and that had like the fancy label look, that would be super cute. Okay, so there's that side. And then this side, I realized I should have had it vertical, but I had already, I tried to move it, the butterfly was already set. But I'm thinking if we put the hole kind of in the corner, it'll be like that. Let's go ahead and do that so that we know exactly where. When we decorate the other side. Okay, so it'll kind of hang like that. And you don't have to decorate both sides. But, hey, why not? That's such a big flower. I think I'm going to try and get one of these smaller ones. And here I have a whole thing of Tim Holtz flowers, and I'm, using wrapping paper I saved from my 30th birthday 25 years ago or something. Yeah! You're still cutting, it's shrinking. Yeah, bring it over. Bring it over, girl. I'll see you in about 18 hours. Oop, I didn't do a layout. I'm just willy-nilly gluing stuff down, y'all. Ooh, willy-nilly. It's not like it's like a journal page spread or anything. And even that's not that serious, right? Let's see. I have this die cut. Let's just kind of steal some of it. I think I was going to use it for something else and ended up not using it. See? See there? my gosh, what's relatable? What did I miss? Something I said? Oh, maybe about hoarding things. Okay, now obviously if this was just going to be like this, I would leave, I mean, I don't mind stuff hanging off, but in this case, I am going to go ahead and trim because we're going to seal it. And we're trying to make it look like, you know, the real deal. Okay, so this side says cute. I don't think that this side also needs a sentiment or anything. Yeah, I kind of think it's fine like that. These teeny weeny little bitty things. I mean, this is pretty much the only opportunity. That's actually a little big even. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Carol. You're right. Exactly. Yes, Nicole, I thought that after I thought about it, I thought that's what you meant. Yeah. You know, let's buy all of this stuff and then use, you know, like this is, you know, the backs of scrapbook paper. And the other one is a box from somewhere else. Old pizza box. I feel like those two are kind of competing. So yeah, I don't know. I just don't need anything there. I don't know why I'm pushing it. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Ooh, I forgot I got out some baby Rick Rack. But it's now I need baby Rick Rack in a color other than pink. Because I used the pink die cut. I love me some baby Rick Rack. Okay. So I am going to, I used silver on that one. On this one, I'm going to use this antique bronze color. Oh, I know I have one of these open. Well, dadgummit. Now that's lazy right there. Oh. Both of those have been used for something. Hi, Cindy. Welcome, 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 Indiana. I'm in Kansas. I am making trying to make something look like a real charm, but it's fake. So I'm kind of, you know, if I want it to look like it's in a soldered type frame, I'm kind of putting it on somewhat like thick, just allowing it to bead up there, if that makes sense. I feel like my light. This is why I had it hanging from a hook. This is the process where I dropped it all over. It had, at one point it had cat hair. I was crawling under my desk. Lordy. I got 10 minutes. At first I thought I was gonna be able to do the fabric on the other one, but I think you guys can kind of get the gist. Yeah, I'm not caring if some of it comes over onto the front or anything like that. I just think it gives it a more natural soldered metal look. Okay. I just want a little bit more over here. Sorry. There we go. Okay, I'm going to take this one off. Will that fit in there? Oh, yeah, it does. Okay. I'm going to hang that one up. And then we can go ahead and like embellish this one a little bit in the last 8 minutes. Yay! Yay, Nicole. Yeah, give it a try. Give it a try. I mean, any kind of collage is one of my very favorite things to do. And this is basically just collage. You can see on this, on my M here. Get off of there. Where I had, maybe you can, I'm not sure. I think you can where it's kind of dull there. That's where I wanted it to dry, and I had the heat gun too close, dry, dry, dry. So, I have this, like, I harvest stuff from everywhere. Purses, sometimes we'll have different kinds of chains and different things hanging off of them. This is my kind of metal embellishments suitcase thing. So like a lot of this is like, obviously that's, an old piece of jewelry, but look at all of there's a lot of jump rings on there. You probably don't have to buy jump rings very often if you have old jewelry. If you were live and kicking it in the 90s, you have a lot. You have a lot. I like these little ball chain. That's what they're called. Yeah, I almost said ball and chain. Oh, come on, silly. There we go. I know that I'm just going to grab one of each. The edge is silver on that one, but the jump ring is bronze because my silver jump rings were too small. This is all just beads and stuff in here. Down here, some of the bigger stuff. something that I can take apart to harvest parts from. Oh Lord, that thing has gotten heavy. Hi, Christy. You guys after me. Speaking of Christy, not this Christy, she's on later. But speaking of Christy, My Artful Adventures, Christy Sloan is up right after me. If you refresh your page in the Crafty Bunch, you'll catch her. Okay. I grabbed this, Michele, M is for Michele, and I thought, well, or Her Majesty. No. So I have this little crown here, but I love this. This is from an old piece of jewelry. I can put this back down again. I think I don't remember where I got that. Oh no, that I got at Hobby Lobby. This one is from an old piece of jewelry. And I thought it was kind of cool too. I kind of like the old coin look. I wonder if I want it. So I think we want the chain on it, and then I can do some charms up the chain. So I have all kinds of, I've got the silver edge. This is like an antique bronze. This is like a gunmetal. I mean, I'm working with what I got, and I'm okay with it not matching. If it bugs you, then definitely make sure you have stuff that all the same metals. But I'm like, you know what? Whatever. If I waited till I had everything matching. Okay, so there's that. And then there's another jump ring right there. Ooh, looky there. So this has a whole, I could do like a double. Hi, Jackie. Hey, thanks for hopping in. And because this is so much lighter than an actual metal, I mean, you can use this in your junk journal and it not be like weighing the whole page down or clunking around like that. The one in my 3-ring binder, 3-ring journal is really clunking around in there. So we got that. Oh, I shut it before I put this on. Dadgammit. Dadgammit. That jump ring is serious too. I have to have both of these. Okay. You guys refresh your page because Christy is up next. And she's going to do something cool because she always does. My Artful Adventures, Christy Sloan. I hope you're watching through the Crafty Bunch. And I know there's a few more after her too. Come on, you. Shut. Okay, and then I was going to grab another jump ring. And where's the coin? There it is. Nope. This is whatever jewelry I recycled this from must have cost a little bit of money because this is these jump rings are serious. Okay. So there we have a little charm. A little charm. And that is much less cumbersome, even though some of the pieces on it are metal. And then, of course, the one that we did with the bronze. It's a little bit different. The butterfly. And then just that thing on the other side. So, okay, you guys. Yes, I will be putting it on a safety pin. Yes. In the safety pin in the journal, and then I'll hook it onto it. So, all right, you guys, Christy is up next. In the beginning, I kind of showed some of the safety pin ones, how it would be, how it would work. Just refresh your page. And thank you so much, Nicole, for having me. I appreciate it. I'm like, where is my safety pins? really quickly. There. It's on a safety pin. Now I didn't break the rules. All right, you guys, thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye.